Okay, we are back with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, and we are about to adjust the slider until the dog and the cat are friends. Ta-da! Please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes the number 9. Oh. Got it. Please adjust the slider until you stop adjusting the slider. Okay. Which of the two made-up words below is the most appealing to you? Scrumtrush. Occuboinkle. Occuboinkle or scrumtrush? Occuboinkle. I think like a good here. Please don't adjust the slider. You got it. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes, I do. Is the time that it is right now the correct time? Yeah, for my time zone, yeah. What is time anyways? I don't think that's a yes or no question. Is there anything about yourself that you haven't told me? Yeah. Yeah, help, yes. Will you come back to visit me? Yes. What's the with the slider person?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No. No bucket.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Sure. One last time, I guess.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Sure I did. Sorry. Because the boss knows what the boss says goes. If the boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Bars.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway. Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Well?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
But we've been here before, and I already turned it off, so,
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After
like
they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I help applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand,
villain
there's
arc.
only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and
I'm
leave.
supposed to do a lot of things.
If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to
Nuclear?
explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say
Now.
2 minutes.
Oh.
Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley?
Okay.
It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start.
Better start soon.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to
Sure.
them. I erased them.
What?
I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a
Skip
crisp.
button.
I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the
what?
next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh, dear me. What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen,
Well-
clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten?
3 attempts.
One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley,
Oh,
you're
shit.
in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you
What
win.
is wrong with this
This is
guy?
not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say...
Oh boy, okay, bye. Well, another day at the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
I don't
And so
think I've
the two of
actually
them detoured
been
through the
in this
maintenance
room.
section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
We're going down. Oh.
Oh, good Good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see,
The
your
broom
friends and I are
closet?
concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's
Is
this
there
bucket
fern
you're
on this
carrying around
couch?
everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
But
Yes, I know I'm the one who
bucket.
gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
Is it? Who's driving that car?
Whee! Look at that wacky line.
Whee!
Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Yeah. Wow, a banger.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
This
Also,
isn't.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich
Nothing
lore
good
of
has
the
come from
Stanley
the bucket.
Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such
I
a
assume.
well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
Has it? Yeah, does it?
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No, tell
Surely
me.
you don't need me to spell it out for you.
What does it do?
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Goodbye, bucket.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality
Oh, good
trait
Lord.
deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits.
It has
what other
layers.
object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the
merchandise.
fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer
I
is getting very
can't.
upset now.
It
You'll have to
won't let
hurry and
me.
feed
Stanley
it. We
doesn't
can't
wanna
get
give
back
it
to the
up.
classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn
I can't.
bucket.
Oh
Quick
my
now.
God.
The fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the
I'm
fans what
trying.
they want. Hurry and...
No! Oh boy.
The Bucket Destroyer.
I'm
My
sorry.
prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
R.I.P. Bucket Destroyer. Never even got to destroy a bucket. Okay. Well, I'll take the bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Okay.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
To the phone.
Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
It's fine.
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket
Me in the
asked.
bucket. Forever.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Yes.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Phone room.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
New wife bucket. Let's go.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
This is, it's a bucket. This is nicer than the last. Why is it 0 o'clock? Set. Okay, let me just... Hello, Stanley. It's me, your bucket. Speaking to you from inside my mind. Leave the girl. Leave the narrator, Stanley. We don't need him. Press B to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press R to take me back home with you. Sure.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as
romantic
well?
dinner for
To
two?
see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Press H to go back to work. What a fulfilling life I lead as
Oh,
Stanley.
I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me?
Nope.
Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't
boy.
think. It can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one
How
location
could you?
to a different location. That's it.
The bucket.
It doesn't
is
do
more than
anything
that.
else.
It's more than you could ever know. Don't listen to the loud man. Press C for us to go back home. How exciting.
You see, he's not listening.
It's dark.
He's still taking orders from the
Where
bucket.
is he?
You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to.
Dependent.
Now all he cares about is his awful bucket.
bucket.
This stupid hunk of metal.
Press U to ignore anyone in your life except me. For sure, that seems healthy.
It's sad, but I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny
No, it's my
bucket.
bucket.
Well, I'll
No,
give it this. The bucket
No.
does have a nice shine to it.
it's mine. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press T to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket.
No,
It's just a little more,
it's mine.
what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable
More
of
capable.
transporting liquid.
It's more
Like it
capable
would be
than
better at
anything.
moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press H to relive the same day with me over and over. Sure.
Oh my God, what am I saying?
Oh, good
Better
lord.
at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
My
Why do I
bucket.
feel some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
Press X to go home. To work, to go home. To work, to home. Say it. Yeah.
Oh no. I'm having feelings.
Is this like
For the bucket.
a cult
Oh,
now?
No. What's going on? Why do I want to be
Oh,
with the bucket?
God,
Hear what the
no.
bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand.
Are we
Perhaps
gonna-
if I had the bucket, this would be less confusing. Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley,
No,
give me the bucket.
my bucket.
Give it to
No,
me.
no, no.
Give me
No,
the
no, no.
bucket,
Get
Stanley.
out of my house.
I need it.
No,
Give
no,
it
no.
to me now. Give
Okay,
it, or
my
I'll...
eyes are closed. Go back to work, Stanley. Okay. You know what? I think we're gonna visit our friend the slider. So I'm gonna quit the game and then keep doing the slider stuff. Cause I wanna see what the heck was going on with all of that. So I will be back once I reboot the game. Okay, we're back in the game. What time is it? Does anyone really truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game's settings to your exact specification, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But, if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time. That's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There is still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Epilogue? What? Epilogue. Huh. Many, many years later. No, we're back here. What? This is just nothing. Oh. Oh, after all this, we still have an office chair. This is pretty. The stars are nice. The office chairs. Oh, it's a tornado. Okay. Oh, it's just me and these office chairs against the world. Wait, the memory zone. Is this real? All the memories were washed away. Hello? Oh, it's a review of this game. Oh, Cooking Nine's blog! I enjoyed my time. The Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. I found the book quite comforting. Well, you can't please everyone. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels.
Jim.
All the gym buttons. Whoa, what is this? Oh, the figurines. Freaking mine. These are all mine. That was amazing. Down we go. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh? Hello again. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you too. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number on the game's title screen. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gaudy. Go ahead. Try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. The Stanley Parable 3. In search of employee of the forgotten, thank you. Confirm. The Stanley Parable 3, forgotten thank you. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you start the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end, and nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you're putting faith in my ideas, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. All right there. The achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. 6:19. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. What is that? I think to end it, we should just close our office door.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And with that, that is the end of my Stanley Parable playthrough. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This game is very, very fun. I enjoyed all of the banter between the narrator and, I guess, Stanley, even though he didn't really talk. Thank you for watching. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you wanna, and bye!